trying not to fumble. Don't stumble. I take off poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
Like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back.
Can McCaffrey do it again? It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, dual threat Christian McCaffrey. Fresh off a big game a week ago, as it'll be the Oakland Raiders taking on the New Orleans Saints. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Ready, blue lady, check 53, mark. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. Let me go.
Winston now to throw on first down. And incomplete to open things up. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he'll find Hall. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
On 1st and 10, Richards. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Here we go. Push the elbow. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Throwing on 1st down. Richards going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
What we got?
To throw again, Richards. Wide open receiver, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 21.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Richards looking left side. He's got it. Complete. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
On 1st and 10, Richards flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now to have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a give right side. It's Hall. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 11. It's a gain of 35.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Powell. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. A look at the defensive starters now for the Raiders. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Ready. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw now. Winston. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Right now, they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Richards. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Off the play fake. Richards sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richards, and that's caught by Smith. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 39.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Here comes the ball. I see you, boy. I see you.
These two teams all tied after one. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Jacobs. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
gun on 3rd down. Richards. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They come up in an offset eye. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Richards. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Irv Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Throwing on 1st down, Richards. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Richards. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Carlson now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
But that's how you get right up off of the map, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hale. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Now Winston. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now a give right side. Hall. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Off the play fake, Winston. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multi.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Oh, let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about, D.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Here's Winston. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Jameis to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Maurice Hurst able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Throwing, Winston. Throw left side complete. It's Reyes. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now Lutz for the field goal try.
A 30-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break. Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half. Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Second and 10 now from the 27. To throw again. Richards. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A final shot before break. Richards. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. The Falcons trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Mecole Hardman, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they have the lead in that one for the visiting Indianapolis Colts. The Marshals looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
From the gun, Richards. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup. There at a Raider first.
A gain of 14. First down, Raiders.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Operating from the gun, Richards. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Carlson on for the PAT.